Huh. Hey everyone, my name is Sean Arnold, and hey, have you heard about Battleborn? This is the second time I'm doing a hey, have you heard for this video game. I wanted to do one which was post-game launch, as the first one was just to simply announce the announcement of the beta, and I kind of wanted to give my thoughts on it. Obviously, I must have liked the game because I've decided to buy it after playing through the beta. For the beta, I played several hours of this game and really just kind of enjoyed what I got out of it there. It really kind of scratched that MOBA itch which I had for a while. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do just a kind of a bit more of coverage on why I like this game and what I think makes it so good. And yeah, just go on through that. Since I'm buying the game post-release, I've played probably as much as I spent time on the beta. And what I like about this game is that it gives you so much value for your money. And I know that's a really arbitrary thing to say, and it's really kind of personally opinionated, but I really do think it does. It reminds me of, say, older video games such as the PS2 era, which I guess is kind of retro now. And where when you didn't have online games and people weren't playing the same game mode again and again and again, they would give you as much content as they could to keep you interested. So you, when you're playing with your buddies on the couch, or you're playing, however you, or if you're playing solo, you had a lot to do. And this is what this game provides. It gives you a lot to do, and I think that's really kind of great. It's kind of different. So let me break down what you've got available to you. The very first mode, and the main thing that this game, the main appeal of this game is its versus mode. That's its online multiplayer. There's two modes. You've got versus public and versus private. Private can be if you want to just play with people that you know, say in a party or so on. Public is what I normally do, and you get 3 maps. It looks like there's space for one more, maybe that'll get released down the line. I have no idea to say. If anyone knows, please do let us know in the comments. But we've got capture, incursion, and meltdown, and these are 3 different game modes. Capture maps are typically what you see in a lot of first-person shooter multiplayer games. It is capture zones on a map. You fight for ownership, and in this one, you the longer you hold an area on the map, the more points you get. And when your team gets 1,000 points, then you win the game. It's very hectic. It's very competitive, and this is mostly focused on PvP. You get 2 teams of 5. And you're playing against other players and just trying to kill them as much as possible. Whereas the next 2 modes are a mixture of PvP and PvE. Incursion is the MOBA style mode for this game. It is very much like the setup of a MOBA. You have several lanes that you can travel down, and within this lanes you've got sentries, or that's the equivalent of turrets in most other MOBAs, and you've got to destroy them to get towards your opponent's base. And in this game, as long as you destroy their 2 sentries, that's it, you win. Games are typically about half an hour long. Well, there's a max time limit of half an hour long, although depending on the quality of the teams, it can be a lot shorter. And the idea behind this mode is that you can go around the map, you can collect items on the map, or collect shards to build buildables, such as turrets, or droids, or healing stations, or accelerator stations. And all of that helps you and supports your team in making progress towards their enemy sentry. And it's kind of this back and forth of you kind of going, destroying your enemies' resources, as well as destroying your enemies to stop them from making progress. I really like this mode. This mode is my main mode, or my favorite mode of the game, and it's the one I spend pretty much most of my time playing. Like, this mode alone is like enough for a game. It's like I think a good comparison of this is to compare it to a first-person shooter version of Awesomenauts. Awesomenauts is a 2D MOBA where you pick a hero-based character and kind of go through that. This is very similar to that, and this mode in itself has so much value to it, because you're always learning different ways to work with different characters and kind of complete the same objective, but also do it in more efficient ways. Last but not least, you have Meltdown. Meltdown is a slightly different mode. I've never really seen anything like Meltdown before, but it's quite unique and it's still pretty good. In this Meltdown mode, you are escorting your minions into the grinder where they get eaten, and the more minions you feed to your own grinder, then the more points you get. And so it's this back and forth of destroying your opponent's minions and letting yours survive and escorting them. and then trying to win the game by also defeating other people. All of these multiplayer modes are incredibly fun. I have no complaints about them whatsoever. They all have their own benefits, they all have their own different taste, and they kind of appeal to different styles. I feel like the capture map one, if you really want to just focus on showing off your skills as a PvP player and fighting against another team, say a la team deathmatch style, then capture maps is definitely for you. Whereas someone like me who is not exactly very good at PvP first person shooters, I like to be able to feel like I can still contribute to the benefits of the team, so I can play a support character like Miko and heal my teammates in Incursion, and also contribute by building resources on the map and collecting stuff to help the team. And Meltdown, very similar to Incursion, but it's kind of a little bit of a small, it's in a much smaller area, and Meltdown's kind of a mix between capture and Incursion. The PvP and the multiplayer in this game is very good. I really enjoy it. It's definitely where the main appeal is, but it's also the story mode. Now, I have to say at the point of this recording, I haven't really touched the story mode. I did so in the beta, and I have played through the prologue of this game. At this point in time, I do have every intention to go to do the story mode, but right now, I'm just having so much fun with the multiplayer and trying to level up my characters that really the story mode has kind of taken a back seat to all of that. And I think I'm fine with that. You know, again, it's all about kind of appealing to what you want to do. If you want to make progress through just multiplayer, you can do that. If you want more of a narrative and a co-op kind of thing, you can do multiplayer, or you could do just a story mode of that against a computer. It's really up to you. As well as that, you have the command center. And the command center is where you can modify your characters. Now, at this point in time, there is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26 characters available in the game, and more are being released over time as the game is being supported post-launch release. We did get a new character recently from 25 to 26, and that's Alani. Alani is basically Korra from the Last Airbender. Korra, or Alani, is a water manipulator who is a water monk, and she has moves which allows you to heal your allies, but also to haste your allies, speed them up, and also knock and control your enemies. Sounds like really my kind of character. I definitely think I'm going to try her out. However, right now I'm so focused on my main Miko that I'm not even really worried about other characters just yet. But that's the type of game this is. You know, there's so many different characters that you're guaranteed to find one that kind of suits your style. You're going to find different ways to play each character, which is going to keep you coming back for more. One of the things that I really liked and really noticed is the way people have been playing Toby. Toby is a character, is a penguin and a big mech, and most people used to play Toby kind of just as a standard tank, because Toby has a shield and can do some long range damage, but now most people play Toby as a sniper, which is really interesting. Most people kind of stay from a far distance, put up a shield, and try to snipe people with their laser, and then use arc mines to control the battlefield, and that really sounds cool. That's actually my kind of character. And one thing I really like about in this game is the Helix level up system. Everyone in this game levels up. It's like a MOBA in a way that when you start, you have your base character, and then you can level them up by gaining experience during a match or during a mission. And I really love the way the Helix system in this game works, because often you find with MOBAs that sometimes they give you so many abilities and so much stuff to understand that you've got to sit down and really read and study your character before you can even go and play them. Whereas this one really kind of invites you to kind of learn on the fly. Every time you level up, you open up your Helix menu and you choose one or two abilities. It's very clear of what they buff up. It's very quick and easy to read. You choose it, you move on, you try it out and you play it. You don't like it, next time you play the game, try the other one. And I just love the feeling of that character progression and how easy it is to do. I've changed the way I've played my Miko character very much so in different scenarios, such as in PvP situations where I'm playing against more other teammates. I focus her more on healing and keeping my team alive, whereas keeping your team alive increases the damage output of your team quite a lot. Whereas in more PvE scenarios, I try to buff up her attack a little bit, that way she can attack faster, and that way she can contribute more, as most players can kind of look after their health themselves, and they probably pick up health items on the way. So I really do love the Helix system, and as you master your character, you get a third ability for some. and that goes dead in the middle of the Helix, and it just changes the way your character plays it more and gives it more and more depth. That's really it. That's my breakdown of Battleborn. Again, I really love this game. This game is so much fun to play. There's a lot of depth to it. I strongly recommend it to many people. It, unfortunately, it has lost a lot of traction in terms of popularity since its launch, because other games have come out. Uncharted 4 has been released. Overwatch particularly has been released, and a lot of people have kind of compared this game to Overwatch and said it's inferior, and I haven't really partaken in many of those discussions, but what I will say is that it is very different to Overwatch. It's not the same game. It definitely I have both Overwatch and Battleborn, and personally I've been playing a lot more Battleborn than I have been Overwatch. Not to say that one game is particularly better than the other, but right now this game is capturing my interest more. So Battleborn, just a really great game, and yeah, if anyone has this game and you want to play on PS4 sometime, I always have my mic around, so you're more than welcome to come and play with me if you see me online. Alright, Battleborn, awesome game.